Hey, this is Joe PV Trader back at you with a new video. In my previous video, I covered the process of migrating your Metamask wallet over to a hardware device, specifically the ledger. In this case, we're going to be doing the same thing, but we're going to be migrating your Metamask over to a Trezor hardware wallet. The end result is the same. The steps to get there are slightly different, but very similar. Both work really well to protect your assets, so really it comes down to a personal choice of which one you want to use. So let's start with talking about moving and migrating your Metamask hardware wallet. Metamask is a very easy to use and works amazingly well with DeFi, but because it's a web browser extension, it's considered a hot wallet. So what is a hot wallet? A hot wallet, by their very nature, are much less secure than a hardware wallet. And that's because your seed phrase and your private keys are stored within the web browser, making it accessible to hackers. The golden rule, as most of us know, is not to give anyone your seed phrase. But that's only one of many ways hackers can gain access to your crypto. For example, interacting with airdrop tokens, clicking on the wrong link, or even asking for support in one of the socials will often result in a hacker pretending to be an administrator, and their ultimate goal is to steal your crypto. Moving your MetaMask seed phrase to a hardware wallet and then connecting it to the Trezor to a newly installed MetaMask wallet in your browser eliminates this concern. I know that's a lot to take in, but don't worry, we will go through the steps. Under the new setup, you still have a MetaMask, but it's going to be empty and really a dummy account just to act as a bridge. All your transactions must be approved from the Trezor by physically clicking the accept button, which a remote hacker will not be able to do. Starting with a brand new seed phrase generated by a hardware wallet is considered the safest and best method. You would just keep your current MetaMask account and simply transfer your assets to the connected hardware device. However, most active DeFi users will not have this option. A good example is here at EMP Money. I'm in the detonator, I'm in nodes. I have made deposits into the detonator, I have made deposits to buy nodes. I simply can't go in and withdraw all my assets at once. Because of that, you cannot start with a brand new wallet because they're locked within the DeFi project. This is where the migration method allows you to take your current MetaMask, move that seed phrase over to a new wallet, and then reconnecting to the DeFi project like EMP Money, and you'll have the same access to all your tokens, including locked assets like the detonator and nodes. Okay, so let's get started. First step would be acquiring a Trezor hardware wallet. So if you go to trezor.io, you'll get greeted with this screen. If you don't have one yet, this is the best place to buy one. Get your Trezor. They make two different models, Trezor 1 and Trezor Model T. Either one will work for MetaMask and DeFi projects, so don't worry about which one holds more or what coins they support, because really, we are only storing the seed phrase on it, and all your transactions are done through MetaMask. So this just becomes a container to hold your crypto, but you will not be using the native app like the Trezor suite. You still need it to set it up, but everything is done through MetaMask. So I like the Trezor one. There's no battery involved. You simply plug it in through USB. Real simple to use. I also have the Model T as a backup device. That works nice, has a touchscreen color, but really not that much different, not any more secure. So really pick which one you want. I already have the Trezor one, so let's go back. Now, assuming you have your Trezor, you plug it in, it's going to light up as you can see, and it's waiting to be set up. So the first step would be to pick your operating system, download the app. Once it downloads, you're going to install it. I already have it installed, so I'm going to skip this and just go right into the suite. It's going to connect to your Trezor. It knows it's brand new. We're going to start with Setup Trezor. Okay, it's looking for a firmware. That's normal. Install the firmware. I have to accept on the Trezor, confirm. It will do its thing, install firmware. Confirm again. One important thing while this is doing it, you're going to need your seed phrase from your Metamask. Hopefully you have that written down somewhere safe on paper. Please do not store it on your computer. Do not store it on a cloud. Do not save it to your clipboard. All those things open up opportunities for hackers to get your seed phrase. Once they have your seed phrase, they can restore that wallet on their end, and they can have full access to everything you hold within that seed phrase wallet. So get it offline. If for some reason you don't have it, we're just going to let this keep doing it. Let's go back to a browser. So what you want to do if you don't have your seed phrase is go to Metamask, click the icon, go down to Settings, Security and Privacy. Reveal secret recovery phrase. You're going to put in your password, hit Next. It's going to show you your 12 words for your seed phrase. You're going to write those down on a piece of paper. Again, do not save it to your computer. I'm not going to do this part because I want to keep mine protected. So now, assuming that you have your seed phrase, this is where we go from here. Let's go back to the Trezor suite. We see that the firmware is complete. Hit continue. At this part, we're not creating a new wallet because we have the 12-word seed phrase from Metamask. We're going to do a recovery wallet. So click on that. Okay, so from here, we're going to pick 12 words because Metamask uses 12 words for the seed phrase. We're going to pick standard recovery. And then now we are going to confirm on our Trezor device. Hit confirm. Now it's not going to be in sequence like 1 through 12, so just keep that in mind when you're entering it. This is just a little bit of an extra layer of security, so you can see on the pop-up screen, it's telling me to put in the 12th word. So whatever your 12th word is, start typing it in. Let's say it's silver. You can actually just click complete, and then it'll go to the next one. It's telling me to enter journey. It's doing that for security. Now it wants my second word. Let's say it's emotion. That's confirmed. Now it wants me to put in the word modify. Again, it's doing it on both sides to make sure that you're physically here, that you can see the screen, that you didn't leave your Trezor connected and someone's trying to set up your device. Now it's asking me to put in the word common. Receive. Diesel. Now it's saying put in the 9th word. So you're going to keep going through these steps. I know it seems pain in the butt, but it's all done for security. I'm going to skip forward to the end, but just continue this process until you're finished, and then we'll reconnect. Okay, so recovery is now complete. You should have entered your 12 words and also a bunch of other prompts that came up. Reason for that, again, is security. There's things like key logging where people will capture your key logs, meaning what you type in, and try to restore your seed phrase. Also, someone might be over your shoulder, but really you shouldn't be doing this in a public place. But either way, they put in these enhanced safeguards to minimize someone from getting your exact seed phrase, because even with the words, they have to have in the right order, and obviously an extra word added in the wrong place throws out the whole wallet. But really, do this from home where it's secure and no one's around, so you minimize your risk. So from here, we just hit continue. Set up a PIN. You confirm on the ledger. And then, again, for security, You're not going to see anything on the screen, but if you look on the device, it will have the numbers. Let's go with something simple, though you should use something harder. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll see 1 is right over here, and 2 is up here, 3, 4. Enter. Repeat the PIN, and now you can see it's in a different sequence. Again, for security. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the center. Enter. Okay, the PIN is now set up. We hit continue. Regardless of which coins you have, like on EMP, I'm going to have eShares, I'm going to have LPs, I'm going to have EMP, I'm going to have BNB. All of that really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it connects through Metamask using your Ethereum address. So the default setup is just fine. Okay, you can give it a name if you want. You can change the home screen. There's different things you can do. The home screen are different pictures that you can pick from the list. Fancy stuff like that. Say we pick a coffee cup. It's going to confirm. And now we have a coffee cup on the screen. The name, you can call this, if you want, say like Metamask MM. Edit. Again, confirm on the screen. And done. You can access the suite, though we don't need anything from here. We're not using a passphrase. We're using the standard wallet. This is just to confirm that what I did, everything's connected. The assets that show here don't really matter because it's going to be just what's compatible with the Trezor suite. But what we're concerned about is MetaMask itself. We'll just give it a second to sync up. We can just actually close this off. So now within MetaMask, we have to set up a new wallet. So open up your MetaMask browser. I'm going to switch to Binance. You can see I have multiple accounts. So what you want to do is go in here. You want to write down your address so that you know what to restore later. I already did that on a separate screen, but go ahead and do that now. You can switch through each one and copy those to a clipboard. That's just your public address, so there's no security there. Once you do that, we can go ahead and remove MetaMask because we now need to get rid of the seed phrase off the hot wallet, meaning off the internet, and start with a fresh copy of MetaMask. And then from there, we're going to connect our new Trezor device. So go ahead and right click, hit remove. Now it's gone. So what you want to do from here is you want to go over to metamask.io, download for your browser. Go ahead and add it to Chrome in this case. It'll take a second to install. Okay. We have to get started. This is up to you. Okay, so from here, we're not doing a recovery like we did on the Trezor because we don't want those keys online on the Hotware wallet. We want to start with a brand new wallet that's really just going to be a bridge. I call it a dummy wallet. You're going to hold no assets in there. It's what allows you to connect to DeFi, but your actual tokens, your actual assets are held on the Trezor device. So we're going to create a new wallet. Put in a password. I didn't do long enough, so let me just put one here. Okay, once you put in at least 8 characters, accept, create. Next, this is going to give you your 12 words. These are really optional. I'm going to cut and paste and put them on my clipboard just to speed things along. You can save this if you want. It's really optional because, again, nothing's going to be stored in this. But at the same time, just don't go in the habit of giving this to anyone. So we're going to say next. it's going to ask me to put in my 12 words in the right order. So I already put those on the other notepad. I'll just do that. All right, complete. All done. So now I have a brand new ETH account, 0 assets. If I click on the icon, you can see I only have 1 account. This is exactly what we want. So from here, this account is needed, but we're not going to use it. If you want to rename it in here, just go to account details. Call it whatever you want. Default, do not use, dummy, it's up to you. So let's say do not use. All right, so if I go back to EMP and I hit refresh, you're going to see do not use connects, but I'm not going to have anything on there, okay? The one thing it's going to want you to do, because we're in the Binance Smart Chain, and when you install Metamask, it will just be connected to Ethereum. You can either add this manually because you might want to use a different URL, but that's really up to you. I'm just going to hit approve and use the default and switch the networks. But once again, even if I refresh here, I connect the wallet, hit Metamask, I don't have any assets because this is not my account. So what we need to do is now connect the Trezor to the new ledger. So I'm going to kick the extensions, click on the extensions, pin it so that's always on the top. And then now we are going to go on the icon, click on Connect Hardware Wallet. Okay, from here, you have a few choices. We have a Trezor. We're going to choose that one. We already have it connected with our USB. Make sure you have that done or it will not work. It's going to open up a new browser. It's going to read your public keys. You can say, don't ask me again. Allow this service. Export. We don't have a passphrase or hidden wallet on that. That's a totally separate feature which does not apply with the migration method. So just hit enter. All right, so you can see here we have a bunch of different addresses. If you remember, I said to write these down. I happen to have a list. So you can see I have my list here and I can go ahead and check off the ones that apply. All right, so I know it's that one. Really, it's easy on me because I can see the assets. If there's more, you can hit next. And then there's the last account. Okay, we're all set. That's everything. If you had more, you click next. This option already defaulted to MetaMask, so there's nothing we need to change. Right now, you're just going to hit unlock. And then there we go. So let's click on this. And now you see I have the do not use, but each of these have a little icon next to it. And those are now connected to MetaMask. So I can go into the account I was on before. So let's go back into EMP Money here. Okay, so in each of these are now my assets. I can go ahead into each one and hit connect because it currently is not connected. Once I hit connect, I may have to hit connect down here. And yes, it is now refreshed and we see that we're good. To each of these, if I want to go ahead and change the name, I just hit account details, click on this and go ahead and give it a name. So I'm going to call this one JPV. And then you would go with the same process for each one. Now when you connect a new one, you'll have to refresh it so it reconnects. But now that I'm in here, you can see the token just lists the BNB, but don't worry, we can either hit import or a shortcut would be if we go down here, you see EMP. We click on that. Metamask icon, and it will add it. And down here for eShares, we click on it, it'll add it. And then the farms are real easy too. So let's go into the farms. Each of the farms will have an icon too. Just add in one at a time. And the last one. Excellent. So now in the list, you're going to see all your assets listed. You can do this from Pancake or by getting the contract address, but this is just a little shortcut within EMP Money. So let's do a transaction and see how this works. Say I want to take the 0.0325 eShares in here worth $16. Hit claim. It pops up the same. I'm going to have to hit continue. From here, a new screen pops up. Again, you can click that or not. Once you're connected, it won't pop up again. But when you do a brand new browser, when you close your browser and reopen, it's going to ask you again. So this really doesn't matter. You're going to hit allow. And then from here, you have to confirm on the device by clicking the button a few times. It's really just 3 clicks. You don't even have to look, but you should, but you don't have to. And then we just wait. And there you go. Confirmation swept in there. There's a slight delay. And you'll get this pop-up too. And now we know that it's claimed and it's in our wallet. If you want to see what's in your wallet, you can just click down there. And now you can see I have 0.05 eShare because I had a little bit in there before. So now if you want to switch accounts, you can just go right ahead up here, pick the new account, and there you go, it's connected. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and happy trading.